In our last video, I showed you how to change the size of your page, the orientation, some stuff like that. However, sometimes we need to do a little bit more with our layouts. So what I want to show you how to do today is how to change things like your headings and your footer sections of each of your pages. Luckily, Word makes it really easy to do this. So I come in here to my second page, just as an example, and go to my Insert tab. Now, there's a lot of different things I can insert, but I want to focus on my header and footer. You'll notice over here, I have about 2/3 of the way over header and footer, and I'm going to choose header. But I'm going to do the pull down. Reason why is it's going to give me some common things that I might put in. Now, if I'm using something, for example, a research paper for school, I probably don't want anything fancy with a band and colors and stuff like that. But I might want to have something like this where I can type in whatever I want. Maybe the title of my document. So where it says type here, I'm simply going to type using headers and footers in MS Word. That makes it really simple. Now, this is going to show up on every page. You notice that all my pages now look tall and they have this little space between them so I can see clearly what's the beginning of a page and what's the end. It doesn't matter how much content is on my page, my header is always at the top and my footer is always at the bottom. If I want to edit my page, I don't want to edit my footer, I have a button here that now shows up on this new tab. Notice it says header and footer, and I can simply close working on that. Makes it real easy. I can still see it, it's kind of grayed out. I can double click in it and get access to that header once again. Now, if I'm inside my header, I have the option of being able to come over here in my header and footer tab and go to my footer, and I can put different content within my footer. And I may want to do this. I may want to put like my name. That's a common thing. I'll put my name and maybe page numbers. But I also have a drop down for doing page number. So I'm going to come over here to page number, click on that. I can choose to put at the top of my page, the bottom of my page, and the margin, etc. I'm going to put at the bottom of the page, and I want a plain number, or I can choose an accent bar. I can choose bold numbers. You can see a lot of different options that I have here. I'm going to choose a bold number and put on the right-hand side. And you notice that this chose page 2 of 8. It knows how many pages I have. Not only that, this will be automatically updated so that if I add more pages, I will see that number. I don't have to manually go in and change this. It will automatically update it for me. That's a really nice thing for me. It also, if I scroll through, notice it's keeping track of what page this is actually in. This is using a little bit of scripting behind the scenes. We don't have to know how this works. Microsoft Word is taking care of all of this for me. Now, there's a couple other things I do want to show you. So I'm going to scroll up to my very top page. And you'll notice here my running head title here and my first page footer. That's not what my header and footer is for my other pages. That is because I have up here a little checkbox, different first page. If I uncheck that, it's going to see page 1 of 8 at the bottom and my working title. If I choose different, I get to see something different. Typically, we're not going to have headers and footers, and so we'll just delete that. I'm going to close that. And now I have my header and footer, not on my first page, but every page after that. This makes it nice and clean, easy for me to develop a report using all those formatting things that my professors may want or a boss may want if they have a standard format. Now, in a work environment, some places will have a template for you to use that will have all this information already set up for you. But you can't assume that. So knowing how to do this is good, not only for when you're in school, but getting ready for your career as well. So keep that in mind when you're learning these different things. In our next video, we're going to start looking at how do we start actually working with the text in CyberWord document. How do we do things like make it bold and italicize and change the type? That is, are we normal text? Are we headers? Are we a title? Stay tuned for that video coming up next.